Okay.
What are you doing? Nothing. Is that for the incinerator? Yes. What is it? Some things you told me to throw away. Let me see what you have there. No, let me see it. You hit him with one of the shoes, didn't you? Tell me the truth. You hit him with those shoes. That's how those half-moon marks got on his forehead and hands. Answer me! Answer me! I hit him with the shoes, Mother. I had to hit him with the shoes. What else could I do? Did you know that you murdered him? It was his fault. If he'd given me the medal like I told him to, I would not have hit him. Tell me what happened. Start from the beginning and tell me the truth. I know you killed him, so there's no sense in lying again. I want you to tell me the truth. I can't, Mother. I can't tell you that I want. I'm waiting for your answer. Tell me. I must know now. He wouldn't give me the medal like I told him to. That's all. So then he ran away from me and hid on the wharf. But I found him there and told him I'd hit him with my shoe if he didn't give me the medal. He shook his head and said no, so I hit him with the shoes the first time. Then he took the medal off and gave it to me. What happened then? Well, he tried to run away, so I hit him with the shoes again. He kept crying and making a noise, and I was afraid somebody would hear him. So I kept on hitting him, Mother. I hit him harder this time, and he fell in the water. Oh, my God. My God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Oh, I've got the prettiest mother. I've got the nicest mother. That's what I tell everybody. I say, I've got the sweetest. How did the bruises get on the back of his hands? He tried to pull himself up after he fell in the water. I would not have hit him anymore, only he kept saying he was going to tell on me. Mommy. Mommy, please say you won't let them hurt me. Nobody will hurt you. I don't know what must be done now, but I promise you, nobody will hurt you. I want to play the way we used to, Mommy. Will you play with me? If I give you a basket of kisses, what will you give me? Please, please. Can't you give me the answer, Mother? If I give you... You'll have to go into your room and read. I must think what to do. Promise me you won't tell anyone else what you told me? Why would I tell and get killed? Rhoda, what happened to old Mrs. Post in Baltimore? I know so much, another won't matter now. There was ice on the steps, and I slipped and fell against her, and that was all. That was all. No. I slipped on purpose. Thank you.
That was weird. Cool, but weird.
Okay, so Eliza, does it say in the script that she has no shoes on? That she's taken her own shoes off to go? No. Okay, so that doesn't make sense to me because, number one, in this time period, if my mother saw me walk around in tights without shoes, she would scream at me because I'm going to run the tights. And especially in this time period, tights were expensive. They weren't like you wear them once and throw them away. So she would have put other shoes on because the incinerator is in the basement. So she has to go down several flights of stairs into a gross basement. So she would never go without shoes on. Does that make sense? So that makes me go, the whole time I'm looking at your feet going, my mom would kill me if I was in stockings, right? Look at the shoes to pick them up. You were like staring at her and then you were missing the shoes, so that was kind of weird and awkward. I think that once you make her sit down to tell you the story, Serena, take a beat to sit down yourself, because it was awkward that you sat down at exactly the same time. But I think it's also she sits down and we get a 2-second look into the horror that you are figuring out that your child murdered another child. And she doesn't see it because you're standing right behind her. And then you sit down, right? Why do you ask about the bruises on his hands? I'm not seeing that yet. Like the decision that you need to know more information, or is it to cover the tracks when the police ask? Like, why do you have to ask that right now about the bruises on the backs of his hands?
Because you asked earlier about that's how I'm face, so then why again?
Why again? Make a decision and let me see the choice of why you have to know that information. I think that I don't know what must be done. I would rather have you come downstage to cross and face the audience, so we are in that moment, versus you going off stage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then she can come downstage to you and be equal with you, but I wanted to be more in your facial expression there. I want to be, as an audience, I want to know what's happening versus throwing it off stage.
Right.
And then,
The part where I'm like, I must think what to do.
yeah, I don't know what must be done. Yeah, that part. And then when you talk about Miss Post, you turned around and you were like this. Can you tell me one more won't matter? And I don't know who stands like this in real life. So you could be here, right? But this is really awkward and weird. Eliza, I like your energy, and you're just like, you're just there with her. So static guard your skirt, though.
Yeah. Okay, bummer.
But the only thing, Eliza, is sometimes you devoice, you get really quiet on your lines. The last word kind of creaks out, so just make sure you don't do that. It's hard because you're in a really kind of nice place. I want a little shades of sometimes a little more petulance and youth, but I'm scared to say that because then I'm afraid it's going to go too baby. So if you fix the voice not devoicing, I think that will work. And also your posture needs to be upright. You tend to slouch, and she would not. Because, and both of you, and Serena, sometimes you get like this too, and you both have been trained to have very, very good posture, so you would have it pretty much the whole time. Just make sure you cheat out when you're standing next to each other, especially at the beginning. The throwing the shoes on the ground does not work for me. I don't know how other people feel. I would much rather that you just hold the shoes. I liked your whole realization at the beginning, Serena. That was very, very nice. So even if you take the shoes from her, so keep that thing. I think that might be even more effective. It just, I don't know. It feels false. So I respect your character choice, as I've said, to have her be exasperated. I just feel like I don't ever think she gets angry like, Rhoda! It's more like Rhoda. It's like this contained, I'm trying not to lose it, but it's really hard for me. And you only did it like 3 or 4 times, but if you can just put that little cap on it, I think everything else will work. And I love the subtleties, and you guys have done a ton of work on this, and I really appreciate it. It's gotten so much better. Keep your eyes up. Sometimes you're looking down too much. And when she hugs you, don't like actually scooch with the draw. Let her hug you and let us just see you shudder like, oh my gosh, she's hugging me. And then you can, yeah.
Earlier, so she comes and sits with me.
Okay, it was weird. And then nobody will hurt you, I feel, needs to be a little more desperately tender. Because right now, it's just not even flat. I mean, as a parent, if you did this, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that nobody will hurt you. Okay, but I love a lot of the stuff you've done in here is really excellent. So this is just nitpicky stuff. Okay, that's it.